How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another session of D&D Tyranny of Dragons right here on Forgebreaker. Thank you for being here. As always, gonna cut right to the game here pretty quickly. Don't have a lot of news because holiday season's kind of mixing and messing with everything. Giants is tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern. Entropy is supposed to be Sunday. Should be okay with that, but I will let you know if anything changes. Civil War is Wednesday after Christmas, so you can come here and get a fun little gift from us as you get to enjoy that session. Sealing Dragons supposed to be back on the 28th on Friday, so that'll be exciting as well. Ascension would be back the following Sunday on the 30th. And then New Year's Day, Tyranny is coming back, as we'll be off next week because it is Christmas Day. But it should be pretty fun and exciting. Hope you'll tune in for it. I believe we're pretty much all set. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to fight OSHA.
Ready to
What's
fight
that?
OSHA.
Who wants to bet on what we're fighting?
It's OSHA.
Alrighty, so
OSHA.
Come on, Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I am out of water. I'm sad about it. Okay, so I need to teleport back here. I didn't write up a recap, so we're gonna wing it. So, last session, you found yourself in a room in this bit of a dungeon that you had stumbled upon, haunted by this dwarf that kept mocking you. You continued on through it and found yourself in a room with this dragon statue within it. The note, kind of giving you clues up to this point, it kind of led you to believe that you
Hey
needed
there,
to
Daniel.
replace the empty eye sockets of this dragon statue to proceed onward. As you went through, kind of testing a couple combinations, not seeing anything, you decided to throw 2 diamonds up into the eyes. And as you did so, the statue began to mold and morph itself into a white dragon that immediately attacked you, as white dragons do. You fought it, able to pretty easily take care of it, this being a bit of a younger one. Nothing compared to the other dragons you faced up to this point, especially the 2 white ones. So you took care of it and proceeded on, finding yourself at a stairwell leading further into this dungeon. As you got to the 3rd level, you found a bit of an odd room presented before you that had a bunch of bones sitting in the middle of it. And as you started to walk into the room, you saw the bones begin to kind of swirl around the room and such and form into these skeletons, one of which was quite large. It looked this large beast with gigantic horns across it and the skull of a bovine resting atop its body. As Stone Skull rushed into the battle, saw that there was something else in this room. There seemed to be traps within it that caused Stone Skull and his bear to vanish and then reappear at the top of this 30-foot chamber, falling, of course, because gravity's a thing, and then disappearing again and teleporting over and over again up to the top of the room, falling perpetually. As the group noticed this, decided to tread carefully, not moving into the room and paying special attention to the places that the skeletons stepped, as they seemed to be avoiding these magical traps. And with that, you took care of the skeletons within the room and caused some minor destruction to the room itself, canceling out most of the traps within it, though there were still a couple that you were able to find with a quick use of Detect Magic. And after everything was slain and the traps disabled, you moved through the room and continued on. In the next room, you found that the next clue seemed to reveal what you had to face here, as you saw this magnificent statue of an elven woman sitting in the middle of it. In the room, the clue through bardic breath led you to believe that there was a verse, a poem, or a song written on the walls, with all the verses kind of mixed up. It took you several tries, and every time you seemed to get the verse wrong, or in the wrong order, unfortunately, black tendrils of necrotic energy lashed out at the group. But eventually, you were able to get the poem in its correct order and then move on from there as the door opened once again. The dwarf seeming to give you a bit of a final farewell and warning you of this throne of bone. As you move forward into this final chamber, seeing no doors leading out of it except the one you were entering through, you saw a mass of bones resting in the middle of this chamber. And back behind it, a large throne made of entirely of bones of just many different creatures. As you approached into the chamber, you saw the bones begin to swirl completely around the room, kind of bouncing off of you every once in a while, before they started to form into many more skeletons, some smaller, but a couple more of those minotaur-looking skeletons, as well as one extremely large humanoid-looking one, as well as what appeared to be a serpent. And with that, everything attacked you. The battle turned in your favor very quickly with a very quick and clever use of wall of fire, or wall of flame? One of the two.
Wall of fire.
Wall of fire. Kind of cutting and bisecting the room in half, making it very easy to take care of some of the smaller creatures. And then you were able to move through the fire and then start attacking everything on the other side and ended up killing everything. As you did so, slaying everything that was within the room, you found that you were presented by this throne of bone, and you found a journal down sitting at the foot of it that told of this high cleric Lathander named Ulrich, who described himself as a dwarf, one that you assumed was the one that was haunting you throughout this journey through the dungeon. It talked of the throne of bone that was created by Cyric, the god of lies, and it was a very powerful magical implement that granted boons or curses to those that sat upon it, depending on the random acts of the gods. With that, you all decided to sit on it, even Stone Skull telling his bear to do so. Almost everybody
Much
sat upon it, with the two of the more devout members of the party opting out of sitting on this very evil-looking throne. But everyone else did, and felt a bit blessed by it instead of cursed, due to just the luck of the gods or the luck of themselves, not too sure. But with that, everyone making their final decisions, either sitting upon the throne or opting out completely, you found yourselves looking at each other, and then white lights surrounded you, and you found yourself teleported back to the cave where you had fought dire wolves and a few wolves in it. As you moved through it, you saw nothing had really changed except for the doorway was now back in its motionless state. The obsidian-esque key that you had used to open it now laying on the floor in front of the door. As you started moving through back out of the cavern to head back towards the Grigsby homestead, you saw off in the distance down to the south where you had come from was just a glow of flame piercing through the darkness of the night that you found yourself in. And that is where we're going to start this session for the evening. So you're just outside of the cave at this point, surrounded by forest and such, and you see off in the distance this red glow. What do you want to do?
Charge his fire.
Anybody not want to do that?
I will do that after I channel my sword and get some magic points back.
Okay.
Stone Skull will
Hell yeah.
mount the bear and kind of lead the charge forward. Can we get the map?
Poor bear can't even see it coming now.
Poor bear doesn't even know what's happening.
What were you asking, Forge?
Can we see the map?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I can show you all
Maybe.
the wolf den. I don't really have a map for
okay.
the forest, so
Gotcha.
You're kind of out of this already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So a little.
I'm gonna want to go aloft to get above the tree line.
Okay. As you do so, kind of flying up, as everyone else is following along on foot.
Drinking 2 health potions as we're following along.
Okay.
I'll do the
so-
same.
As you're all moving through the forest with Maximilian flying up above it, preparing yourselves for what could only be a battle, surely these flames could indicate nothing else. You continue on forward. Maximilian, as you're looking through, you aren't able to make out fine details. It's very dark outside. But in the distance, as you fly up above the trees, you see off in the distance the opening of where you saw these fields belonging to the Grigsby homestead. You see that they are ablaze.
These bastards, man. Just good people.
You barely knew him, Max.
That's a not acknowledging that with a response. Took us into their home. They fed us blueberry pie.
That's true. They did.
Homemade ale.
Homemade ale, good ale.
But it benefited them. They didn't do it out of the kindness of their heart. They needed us to storm the cave or take care of the wolves
then
or
you
something
need to take
like
an
that.
alignment shift to evil. Because, you jerk.
Alignment is now dick back.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I want to be going as fast as we can now. As fast as I can.
All right. So as everybody charges forward, making their way towards the Grigsby homestead, you start to see the trees thinning out before you. All of you able to see, kind of in the distance, the darkness still kind of surrounding you, making it hard to make out details. But in the distance ahead of you, about 100 feet or so, you see the clearing of this large field that was directly behind the house and barn on the Grigsby homestead. And as you break out of this clearing, making your way onto the field, you see a disturbing sight for you.
Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru are dead.
As you look forward, coming out of the trees, bursting out, you see several men out here, standing up around fire, and charred earth surrounds them. Still several kind of mini bonfires going on, the ground scorching and burning beneath them. Much of the field has been burned by this point, leaving nothing behind but blackened earth. As you look forward, you see these men standing around, and you recognize not necessarily who they are, but to what they belong, as you see regalia of the Cult of the Dragon adorning all of them before you. One man in the middle seems to be directing the others, kind of motioning for them to move around. And as you're seeing him, you see at his feet are two bodies, and you recognize their gray hair on the ground as the Grigsby's.
I'm dive bombing them. Him.
That was
All right.
a mistake.
Just.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah. That was a mistake.
Fucked up, buddy.
Everybody
You've
watch
done fucked up
initiative
now.
to make sure it's working
Gonna
right.
be,
Let's see what happens.
gonna be
One.
Okay, wait. Which one did that do? Okay.
The
I didn't
first
do
one?
that right. Okay. All right. So now
Second one.
We'll try bulk initiative. Haha! All right, dope.
aha.
The only one
Right.
I didn't do was, that one.
Yeah, I did him separate.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Somebody's got to die here.
All right. Go fix that. Okay, so as you all start moving through the trees, Max still up in the air, about 30 feet or so. Everyone else at ground level as you burst through the trees, seeing this sight before you, you all clearly are able to tell battle has to commence at this point. All of you catching sight, or aside from Tara, of the dead Grigsbys lying back behind their building that is burning, unfortunately. As you burst through, the group sees you. Your faces alit kind of in this red glow coming from the flames. They are not surprised. This one is going to move forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, straight towards Tara. He screams out, for the cult, and as he does so, he swings a scimitar at Tara.
I don't know what my armor class is supposed to be because it's changed again.
Why is this so? I have that on.
Let me go look on Beyond. Think it's right there.
He rolled a 7, so he's gonna miss, regardless of what
Yeah.
your AC is, because I know it's higher than a 7.
I think it's a 16 or a 17, maybe an 18.
All right. So as he charges forward towards Tara, very quickly, screaming in her face for the Colt, swinging his scimitar through the air, but Tara leans back away from it, cutting nothing but the air.
That was a mistake.
It is broken on Beyond as well.
Dope.
Yay.
What's broken?
My AC on my character sheet again.
What have you got? You've got... You're not wearing armor,
13,
right?
13 plus con mod. 16 plus
Yes.
1. I think it's 17.
Yes, they should certainly change their name from someone because they will be dying whenever we find someone.
Yeah, because you and I homebrewed the rule that I'm always just going to cast Stone's Durability.
Oh, yeah. So it's just like mage armor.
Yeah, so that's 16 with my con, and I think I'm wearing bracers of defense. Yeah, so plus 1.
All right, there you go then. All right, so this guy swings at you, missing you, Tara, and then all of you hear a roar coming from your south, and you recognize this roar to be that of a much larger creature than these humans presented before you, to be that of a dragon.
These are just ants, so can't be too big.
Maximilian, you're the first to see as this bright figure,
Damn it.
its
Of course,
scales glowing in
giant
the same
red dragon.
coloration as the fire, begins soaring over the rooftop of the barn directly towards Max.
Oh, it's just a large. It's not that big.
And it is going to try to attack him.
Let's go.
So it tries to bite you first. A 26 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, so that's 11 piercing and 2 firing. And then it will try to bite you twice. 21 to hit.
Warding at... one sec.
He's way up in the air.
You said it's biting him, though. It doesn't matter how far he is away. I just have to be... Oh, Max is in the air.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Damn it.
This fight's happening above your head. That should not have been a fight. Wait. Why don't I have a claw attack?
You don't need one.
It's
Rules
fine.
written
We don't need
GG.
one. Just, yeah. It's fine. Just ignore the claw attack. He only gets one attack.
Roll 20, please. 1 second.
This is Gerald, the handless dragon.
I do wish they would give you something to indicate height. Like, even if it's just like a text marker on it.
Yeah, just a Z index
Mhm.
access.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, cool. That is not a thing that exists. All right, let me edit this real quick.
If only we'd never found that problem before.
Yeah, right. Okay. So yeah, it's biting once, gonna hit. That second bite is not a thing. It's gonna claw. What's the... I'll just roll this through and then I'll edit here in a second. Claw. 1d20. A 19 on the first claw and a 27 on the second claw.
Oh yeah, those are both it.
Okay. The claws.
This is going to be
First
a rough
claw does
fight.
10, second claw does 13 for a total of 23, plus the bite, which did 12 because you have resistance to fire. So all that damage coming at your face hole.
Yep.
Ouch.
All right.
That's rough.
So as this dragon soars up above the rest of the group, attacking your friend Maximilian, you see he takes a heavy dose of damage as this thing kind of collides with him, and in the process clawing him twice, raking him through his scales, as well as biting down onto his side with its massive maw. You see flames kind of licking out of its mouth as it does so, obviously being a bit threatening. But with that, we move on to the next person. This guy, he is going to move forward. Seeing his friend, you see him screaming out once again for the Colt. You see this guy's a bit different than the others, as the one that was kind of leading them and directing them. And with that, he brings his scimitar twice.
To
Tara.
Okay.
AC was 18. Okay.
Yeah, my bracers and defense are actually a +2,
Okay.
according to my notes.
All right. So that didn't hit either way. So fine. All right. So he swings his scimitar, or his short sword. Sorry, twice at you, Tara. An 18 on the first one.
Can I ward that one?
Okay.
Does
so-
that have to hit?
It would hit, right?
No, I mean,
18
I
matches,
have to
so
be
it
hit.
hits. Yeah, you have to be hit.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
Okay. You can roll your D and add the number to. Okay, so 8. So yeah, your AC is now 26, I think. Just for that attack, though, right? Yeah, just for that attack. All right. So the first one is Stone Skull reaches down with his great sword, able to fend off the first attack, but he does bring around a second one. This one misses though, as he rebounds off of Gleam Edge. Not able to get another attack in, but you see that he's fighting with this kind of fanatical rage in his eyes. Yeah, that was the right character sheet. Okay, cool. All right, and with that, Tara, you are able to react now.
Warding maneuver's kind of cool.
Yes, it is.
For my big bro on the bear over here, we're going to throw down a Nagus.
Ooh.
And that one guy who tried to hit me. The first one.
Okay, first one. So there were 2.
15.
15 will hit him.
For 10 bludgeoning. Awesome damage roll. And that will end my turn for now.
All right, so 10 bludgeoning damage from your maul coming in. Able to crash against this guy's armor. Not very thick armor, only being what appears to be leather, sculpted in this black and purple hues to it. But you do see tinges of red through his armor, as well as through everyone's armor that's part of the cult right now. But you hit a heavy hit on him, but he is still standing. Shit, it's my turn again. This guy gonna move forward.
Let's fix this.
Seeing Stone Skull and a bear. I gotta go through Stone Skull with his scimitar. 15 to hit?
Does not.
Oh, 24 to hit, sorry.
24?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that hits.
All right, so as he does so, you see him looking over towards his allies, joining into this battle cry. And as he does so, he kind of leaps forward, rolling off the bear as he does so, as it swipes at him, and able to cut you across the leg for 10 slashing damage.
And with a loud pop, Tara will use her reaction.
Oh, so I should do.
Oh, natural 20.
Yeah.
So that will be a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's dead. 20 plus 9 plus 1. Yeah. So 30 damage. Yep.
Juicy.
So as Tara winks out as Stone Skull is struck across the leg by this scimitar, digging into his flesh, Tara winks out of existence, popping next to it, and just already in mid-swing, she heavily brings down her silver maul, it gleaming in the firelight as it happens, and just crushes the skull straight through this mask, dragon-like mask on his face, and he falls to the ground with a heavy thud.
Yeah.
Maximilian, there's a dragon fighting you.
Well, there is a dragon fighting me. Because of such,
Okay.
I'm gonna say
cast Greater Invisibility.
Okay.
Not today.
And then I'm going to dive down out of its reach. I don't know how approximately how high up I am.
30 feet.
But I want to go check on the bodies.
All right. So it will get an attack of opportunity with its
what?
bite. Just because you're invisible doesn't mean it can't attack you, but since it can't see you, it attacks with disadvantage. So it's basically attacking where you were. As you blink out, it's like, what the shit, and attacks. So it's going to do it.
But why does it get an attack of opportunity?
Because you left its threat range.
But I didn't. It perceived that I did.
Right. And that's all that matters. As long as it perceives that you left it, it's going to attack at you. Because you didn't teleport. You just vanished.
But 13's going to miss.
I don't know.
13's going to miss either way. So nothing changes. It's just a precedent.
No, Well, that's cool with me. Fucking, if I get an attack of opportunity at anyone who in melee range it goes invisible, I'm taking it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100% you can.
Sweet.
All right. So yeah, you're able to fly over. As you land over next to the Grigsby's, you clearly see that it is them, Mr. and Mrs. Grigsby here, lying on the ground, both on their backs. You see Mr. Grigsby's left hand is outstretched to his wife's hand, where you see that they're clutching in their death throes, clutching one another's hands. You see clear wounds in both their chests of what appear to be a short sword stabbed through their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these guys are gonna get it so bad. Yeah, and that's it. That'll end my turn.
All right. Testing, don't freak out. Okay. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. That is stupid. I'm sad about it, but it's fine. Alrighty, so with that, you see another man approaching from behind the building that the dragon appeared behind, or from behind. You see this one holding a short sword, much like the one that is that just attacked or tried to attack Tara. You see him charging forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and able to get up right next to Max as he sees a target there. With that, this gleaming malevolence in his eyes, he says, here to join them, yes. And with that, he brings his short sword around twice. 19 and a 13.
Against me being invisible?
He wouldn't
you're still
see him.
invisible?
He's still invisible. Yep. He just went down to check on the bodies.
That will be a huge problem.
You're right. You are correct. He doesn't know you're there. Well, I mean, I'm assuming. Nah, has no idea. So yeah, he's just gonna move up right here. And you see him looking around at you all. He's gonna look towards...
Do it.
The bear, and holds up this orb that you all kind of recognize, albeit this one seems to be have this red rotating flame within it, and thrusts it out in front of him. 22 to hit on the bear.
Let me just check his AC. Yeah, that hits.
All right, so as he thrusts it outwards, you see this torrent of flames targeted directly at the bear flies out, running into the side of it as the bear takes 24 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And this last dude's going to move up forward, seeing Tara, wanting to help surround Tara a bit, focusing one person. These guys fighting with a bit more intelligence than the other cult members you've gone up to this point. With that, the man screams out, "For the Horde, we finally found you. You'll die for what you've done," and brings his scimitar around on you. 16 is going to miss. But that's Steve.
Alright. Go over here and try and help Tara out.
Okay.
Yeah, go help Tara, because I'm going to go and murder face this guy that attacked my bear.
I need to put
this guy.
Which one?
Where's my ninja? There's my ninja.
Left
or right? South or southeast?
Right.
Southeast, okay. Yeah, the leader dude. Oh god. All right.
Oh no.
Oh dear. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Murder that asshole.
Oh man.
My calculator. There it is. Plus
See ya,
plus 16,
buddy.
Plus 21. Jesus. For a total of 59 damage. Just broke things.
How? We need flavor.
As
he's still alive.
Oh.
Oh, is he?
He's still alive.
Would you like to change that, Steve?
Nope. No, that's fine. I'm gonna just apologize to Tara for him bleeding on her.
All right, so as Rogar comes charging forward, seeing Terra being surrounded, quickly slips up kind of through the shadow of the bear, bringing his rapier around, stabbing directly through the back. You can definitely tell you hit some internal organs with this sneak attack, dealing a massive amount of damage. But the guy turns around, you see blood kind of frothing at his lips as he turns around and glares at you.
Good.
But he's still standing. All right, well, this guy's going to join in on the fun. Moving up towards Ignalia, and saying much the same, brings his scimitar around at her, and a solid 11 is going to wait. Nope. Yep, that misses.
You don't get a crit.
He doesn't get advantage, unfortunately. So yeah, as he swings his sword, you just bring up your shield. Irony, taking the brunt of the damage, says, "Ooh, he hits like a wimp," and then go to Stone Skull.
This guy between Rogar and Terra, I think he might need to die. 15 to hit.
15's good start. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. For 12 slashing.
Okay.
Still alive.
Still alive.
Okay.
Wishes he was. Oh god. Okay. That's 3 nat 20s in y'all's favor so far.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and roll it because it's also gonna get all of that other damage too.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
You've never seen someone explode from a greatsword attack until now. As you cut him in half with so much force behind it. It just his body flies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we introduce the bloody mess perk from Fallout into the game.
Part of him lands
flat.
Okay, so the ones marked in red, of course, here are his 2 pieces of his body. One, as the greatsword flies through him, cutting completely through paper, and just explosive force behind the blow bisects him. You see his body turning sideways, and then it just separates. His top half falling back behind you, back towards the forest, and his bottom half flying across over Terra's head and landing right in front of this guy who just hit your bear, Stone Skull.
Okay. And with that, he's going to look directly over at the one to the south over here, and is going to proceed to charge forward and get right up in his face.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, so as the bear and Stone Skull begin moving forward, menacing look in their eyes, Ignalia, you get to go now.
Way down the bottom of the list.
For initiative hero.
I will skirt around this guy so I can kind of keep all of the enemies in front of me, and I'll take an attack on the simple cultist with my simple flame blade.
Okay.
17.
17. It's a solid hit.
17 for a nice, with a simple 14 damage.
Simple.
A simple.
So, he's still alive?
He's still alive.
Very good. Okay, so the dragon's up in the air, and I can see
Reactions back to
4 cultists in front of me.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, including the one you just slashed. Yes.
Okay. No, I'm gonna reserve for now. I'm good.
All right. So with that, Ignalia making a good hit, scarring across the chest of this guy. You see him looking back up at you, still this fervor in his eyes. It seems like he's just ignoring the damage he just took. But then you hear the roar once again of the dragon as it lands right above you, Ignalia, and attacks you 3 times.
Hello, friend.
21 for the first one.
That will hit.
And then 2 claws, 16 and nat 1.
Nat 1.
And his claw falls off. Oh, darn.
Let's see.
Oh, darn.
Let's see if anything fun happens.
Ooh.
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 All right. Okay. Okay.
Does it fall off?
Maybe?
Got a bit of arthritis.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Do.
That's not sending my.
So as this dragon careens down to the ground, you see it lands very roughly. It kind of
Yes.
rebounds its head up just enough to reach up and bite you, dealing 20 piercing and 1 fire damage. So resistance. Do you have resistance to fire? I think you do.
No.
Oh, you don't. Oh, wow, that's
Oh,
surprising.
It's
Okay.
the hilarious part of my character.
All right, so 21 damage as this thing sinks its teeth into you. You see it reaching up through its claws, but the weight of its impact, you saw its head got dangerously close to hitting the ground very hard, but it was able to save back and not fall unconscious. Both of the claws missing. This guy just got stabbed by Steve.
Mhm.
Did he, though?
Is
That's the leader.
He needs to die.
Yeah, he's gonna turn towards Steve and bring his short sword around twice at him. Oh my god, 16 and a nat 1. I think both those miss.
Both no.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All y'all's rolls are baller. Mine, not so much.
Yeah, we're gonna need him. It's fine.
All right. So as he lunges forward with his first attack, you quickly parry with your rapier with the gentleman. But you see the other attack coming straight for your face. But then you see he lunges past you, kind of swinging up above your head inadvertently. You will have everyone will have advantage on their attack rolls against him until the end of his next turn, as he is leaving himself completely open right now. Tara.
Yeah.
Tara is going to scream back at the cultists, "You should have never looked for us." And then she is going to twin spell Maximilian's Earthen Grasps on these two guys.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Strength saving throws. All right. So
16.
fail and fail.
Super strong.
They will take 6 damage and be restrained. And Mr. Pebbles is going to step up
Oh,
on the leader.
restrained means they have advantage, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Yes.
I believe so. Even with just the regular attacks, though, both of those will hit for a solid 25 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And that will
Okay.
be my turn.
Yeah, and it's their attack rolls will have disadvantage. All right. So as Tara moves forward, you see her raising both her hands up, looking towards these two cult members. As she does so, the ground erupts in these large hands that just squeeze down on both of them. You see both of them unable to move as Mr. Pebbles moves forward, kind of grinding across the ground, bringing both his fists down directly onto the head of this guy. He's knocked almost senseless, but he is still standing. Max, you're invisible. And muted.
Incensed with the brutality of all this, I'm going to come up and attack this dragon claw twice.
Okay. Does greater invisibility drop when you make an attack? I think
It does not.
Oh, it
It does
doesn't?
not.
Ooh.
No, invisibility does. Greater does not. Greater lasts for the duration, regardless of what I do.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so yeah, both with advantage then, because he cannot see you. So a 20 and a 25 will both hit for 24 damage.
total.
All right.
And
Strong.
then I am going to move away. Like kind of whisper, ghost fading into the shadow as I slash across him, that you shouldn't have come looking for us.
All right. He is going to swing at the shadow that just attacked him. 21 to hit.
Reaction, warding maneuver, because he was
Well, I
beside
moved.
me. You were still beside me, and I could still defend because you're leaving that area. For him
Well,
to
he
hit you, you would
doesn't-
still have to be within 5 feet of him.
Well, Well, I'm saying he doesn't get an attack of opportunity against me because I'm invisible and I just moved.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he
That-
does.
That's what we
Really?
were saying earlier.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
what.
was-
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Sorry, I thought you.
So-
You're okay.
5 to the
That's
AC.
All right.
What's
so,
your AC, Max?
It'll be a
19.
16. Okay, that'll miss then.
Okay.
All right. So as Stone Skull kind of interprets that an ally is attacking him, seeing these
I don't
massive
think
cuts
so.
going through the armor of this cult member, you see him kind of swinging wildly off to his east, where he perceived the attack coming from, as Maximilian was moving away, but he's just attacking blindly. You quickly, once again, lower your greatsword down to block the attack away, as Max hopefully gets out of danger. Don't see any blood flies, so you assume that he's
Mhm.
fine. Describing invisible people is tough. All right. Well, he is going to retaliate now. Seeing you in front of him, he is going to attack you now, Stone Skull.
Okay.
So his short sword coming around twice. 10 and a 7.
Do not hit.
All right. So he's lashing out at you, still looking wildly around him, trying to figure out what the hell just hit him, but does not
Seems
land on
panicked.
you as he's somewhat distracted right now.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's restrained. He's able to still attack, albeit at disadvantage. He's going to lunge out once with his scimitar towards Terra, doing just a straight roll. So not advantage. 21 to hit.
One of the ones by me, he has disadvantage.
But he has advantage, so it cancels
Gotcha.
out. So it's just a straight attack.
Well, then that'll miss.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as he brings the blade around, you see he's struggling against it. You see some of the rock crumbling as he gets his sword arm out, swinging at you. Looks like the attack's about to hit, and you quickly just raise your hand up, and these arcane glyphs parry the attack away. Steve.
All right, once more with feeling.
All right. I have advantage on this attack. Roll one more time.
You're right.
Yes.
29 hits.
That's much better. Much better.
For 27 damage.
Yes.
All right. He should have stayed home today, but he's still alive.
Oh,
Mm.
all right. Also disengage.
All right. So as you bring the gentleman around, this cultist restrained by this hand, you're able to easily get a shot
You
in,
should've moved back
piercing
a little
through his armor. Him wearing a bit thicker leather, some studded leather on him, but still not enough to stop your attack. As you drive the rapier through him, he coughs up blood, looking extremely bloodied, but still alive. This guy is still alive too, and having a dragon next to him, he is going to attack Ignalia with his scimitar. A 20 to hit.
No.
No. All right. Once again, Tyranny coming to your rescue as you raise him up, hitting. He says, "Yeah, still hitting like a wimp, man. You should fight stronger people."
I just angle him towards the dragon.
Here.
Oh, this looks fun. Stone Skull.
Yeah. 2 on the one in front of me. 16
Hit.
and 30.
Definitely a hit.
Okay. So, come on, game. Looks like it's lagging out. Hold on.
As Roll20 does.
I just clicked it twice. Okay,
There it is.
that's fine. That's fine.
So 30, 46 damage.
46 damage on hit. He is also marked. And on my bonus, yeah, why not? On my bonus, I'm going to take a potion.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Okay, so as you bring Gleam Edge around twice, the first attack meeting onto him, drawing blood, and as you see the blood kind of flowing down the blade as you swing it the second time, you see the blade kind of morphing into this jagged, curved edge as you rend through him once again, dealing considerable damage, ripping pieces of his armor away. He groans in pain as he looks up with you, just fire in his eyes, but he is still standing.
Mm-hmm.
Ignalia.
Okay, I am going to unleash my Radiant Soul, and I will Quicken Spell to Flame Blade against the dragon.
All right. I always give you a cool icon.
30.
What's the icon? What's the icon I normally use? Oh, there it is. Aha. Yes, a 30 is a solid hit on the guy in front of you, not the dragon.
That was against the dragon.
Oh, against the dragon. Okay, yeah, 30 will hit.
He probably doesn't care about fire damage.
He does not.
Okay, but the dude also there is within 5 feet, so it's gonna arc around and into him, and that hits for 6 damage.
Okay. It's a low roll for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does. It stays low initially.
Yeah, just the 1 on it. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna dump a level 1 smite into the dragon.
Okay.
Oh, also Radiant Soul procs, so I'll add that into this. 19 Radiant.
19. All right.
Mhm.
And that's my turn.
All right. So as you bring your blade around to it, arcing with fire, you see the fire just kind of lashes off the scales as you dig into, but the slash does burst with radiant energy as you smite this dragon. The flame arcing through the air and landing on this cultist who screams a bit as the fire consumes him, but then you see him standing there, a bit charred, but still standing. With that, the dragon then turns to look at you and with a low chuckle says, "That won't work on me. You fools will all die for your transgressions against the queen." And much the same is going to happen. Bite and 2 claws. 26 on the bite.
Mhm.
That will hit.
That 1 and a 29 on the other one.
Well, one of those won't hit.
Another toenail falls off.
Does anything fun happen? So as it bites down on you, able to chomp through your armor, dealing 23 piercing as fire leeches into your body as well. You see it bring another claw around, slashing you for another 13. But as the second claw comes around, you just barely turn your body and it lands on the ground, leaving itself open. You can use your reaction to perform an opportunity attack if you want.
Yes.
All right.
27.
Hit.
I'm gonna smite
Okay.
for 19 total.
All right. So as it lunges past you, its claw digging and raking through the earth, you take a quick moment to slash down with your blade right onto its leg, able to burst another dose of radiant energy through it. But you see that this dragon is still very hardy and still ready to fight. This guy's... Wait, don't they get a chance to break free every turn? Oh, it can use its action to break out.
Yes.
He's gonna try. He's gonna fail.
Nope.
I think. I
Totally
must scroll
fails.
down. Shit. Yeah, no, he fails. All right, that's his turn. He's bloodied, barely standing, trying to break free, just cannot do it. Terra.
The one in front of me. A 16
Will hit.
for 13 bludgeoning damage.
All right, still
The
standing.
one in front of Mr. Pebbles.
Yeah.
15
Yeah,
and
he's
16.
probably a bloody
He is reduced to meat paste.
Meat paste.
So as the first attack from Mr. Pebbles comes down, you see that he is completely flattened as your earthen hand is just shattered under the weight of Mr. Pebbles' fist. And you see Mr. Pebbles once again just following your commands, swinging a second time at the now dead target, crushing this man beneath its fist. You see just kind of goo and armor is left behind, and that's about it.
That will end my turn for now.
All right, Maximilian. Still sneaky as fuck.
Yeah. I am going to move up behind this dragon claw and finish what I started.
Try to. The first one misses.
Ish.
13 will miss, unfortunately, but a 24 will hit.
For 12.
All right. So as you move forward, swinging your sword around twice, you see him dancing around a bit in front of Stone Skull and his bear, inadvertently dodging your first attack. But as you bring the second one around, you're able to cleanly cut through his back, scoring a solid hit through him, blood trickling out of the no wound across his back. He grunts in pain, but he is still standing.
I'm then going to move out of his reach again, out of his threatened area.
All right. He is completely focused on Stone Skull, ignoring your attack as best he can. He is not going to take an attack of opportunity. All right. With that, it's his turn. He is going to once again look forward, still gritting his teeth in pain as the sword scores across his back. And he's going to attack the bear, trying to take your mount out from under you. He is going to swing his short sword twice. 15 and a 12.
Warding on the first one. Adding an 8 to its AC. The second one's
missed.
still going to hit.
right.
But yeah, it's going to miss the first one.
All right. So 7 piercing damage with the second attack as you block one of them, but not the other.
Okay.
All right. Your bear grunting a bit in
And
pain.
because he did damage to the mount instead of me, my unwavering mark will proc on my bonus. So.
Okay, back on your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this guy still standing is gonna try to break free as well. They're not particularly strong, unfortunately. Oh, but he is able to break free.
Bravo.
With that, he turns, looking down towards Stone Skull and the other Dragon Fang, and just starts dashing towards them. Tara, you will have an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody pulp.
Oh, that's a hit. All right, so as he rushes forward, starting to ignore you, he realizes that was a fatal mistake. As your maul catches him right in the face as he tries to dart away, and you see him kind of doing a backflip from the force of the hit, and he lies motionless on the ground as he hits it very hard. Steve.
Go over there and help.
Vignalia some help.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And stab him.
All right. That's a hit.
Mm.
And with 32 damage, more than enough to finish off Mr. 7 HP.
Sweet.
Anything else?
Disengage.
Okay. So as you rush up behind this other dragon claw, stabbing your rapier directly through his back, where you know the heart to be lying within his chest. Ignalia, you just see the point of the gentleman kind of pointing out towards your face. You kind of lean back a bit as you see him sputtering up blood before he collapsed to the ground, where you now see Steve had lurked from the shadows and reappeared behind him, moving back away from the dragon and yourself. He's dead. Stone Skull's not, though.
Stone Skull is not. 2 attacks. 17.
Hit.
26. And
hit.
then for the bonus, unwavering mark. 22.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
So, let's see. 15. Oof, that's a beefy one. And 16.
Yeah, no, he's dead. He's so dead.
Good.
So dead.
Good, yeah. And as the sword comes through on that last slash from Unwavering Mark, Stone Skull's going to kind of lean into it and kind of stare down at him and say, "Your queen will die just as you have." And just immediately just yank the sword out and almost kind of like a slashing motion, trying to rip him apart.
All right, and you do so, ripping out pieces of his body as you deal 63 damage to him. able to dig into his flesh and just rend him apart in a very gruesome fashion. Your bear lets out kind of a satisfied snort, seeing the now dead body before it.
And then I'm gonna take my movement, and that'll be my turn.
All right. So as you move up behind this dragon, you see it looking around as Ignalia's turn.
Thank you, stay hydrated, bot.
All right. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. I will quicken spell to Flame Blade against him. 20.
20 will hit.
Okay. I will smite, and I will include Radiant Soul.
Okay.
So 14 Radiant.
Okay.
And then I will, because that was a cantrip, I will use my regular action to also cast Greater Invisibility.
All right.
Nice.
And so I will just... Well, I'm going to skirt around to his left side, but I'm sticking close.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. So as you bring your blade around, able to cut into this dragon's chest as it's looking towards you, its head kind of swiveling, not noticing you attacking it. You're able to cleave into it, but you see that not doing a ton of damage to its massive body. And with that, you vanish, winking out of sight, much like Maximilian did. And now it is going to have a turn. With that, it starts looking around the group of you. It is going to... skirt around behind Stone Skull and the bear.
Attack of opportunity.
Yes.
27.
That'll hit.
I smite. Extra 8 Radiant.
Okay. So as it dances or kind of walks around the group of you, you see its mouth beginning to burn brighter as you score onto it, but you do not have enough time to react quite enough before releases.
Sorry. Hold on. I'm making that attack one more time just in case. Okay. I had advantage because I'm invisible, right?
Oh, yes, yes. So just in case it was a nat 20. All right, so with that, it raises its head up, rearing it back, and then unleashes a tremendous gout of fire.
On whose dex save for this?
All three of you are going to have to make it, unfortunately.
Okay.
So 30-foot
Could
cone.
I, because of my ability to kind of sense this danger coming, could I use that kind of reaction to get advantage for the bear on this save?
Sure. Yeah, you can use your whatever it's called, uncanny sense or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
the danger sense. Okay.
Yeah, you can give advantage. You won't get the advantage, but your bear will.
Okay.
All right, so it unleashes a fire breath, which shouldn't have an attack roll, but it's a dex save on you, the bear, and Ignalia.
That's on me. Dex, public. 14. Not going to be enough on the bear.
And I'm going to use one of the charges on my
It's
ring
gonna
to succeed.
Bring the bear to 0 HP.
With... What's the ring do?
Wait,
I have a
that's-
ring of evasion. If I fail a dex check, I can spend a charge and succeed.
Gotcha. All right.
That roll is all sorts of messed up, Havoc.
Which one?
The one for the fire breath, because it's showing slashing damage and only
Yeah,
at a
no,
2d6.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, the whole
so
thing's fucked.
just just read the text. Just ignore everything else, because this character sheet, I guess, is borked all to hell.
Uh-huh.
It looks like this was supposed to be the claw. And,
Yeah,
Excuse me.
makes sense.
Yeah, roll 20. Good job. All right,
done.
so as this king fire lashes out towards the three of you,
Uh-huh.
unfortunately, the bear, unable to take cover in time, even with the assistance of Stone Skull, as it does 60 fire damage.
Okay. So I would take, what is that, 30 on save, so 15. Nope, I'm not raging.
Not raging, so 30. Both of y'all will take 30.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, your bear succumbs to its wounds.
Yeah.
It's not fully dead, but it is unconscious and falls lifelessly and limp below your feet. All right, that is its turn.
Oh, you bastard.
Tara.
Can you tell me where this dragon is? I should be able to sense it if it's on the ground.
Yeah, it's up to your northwest.
Okay.
Damn
Range on
dirty
this?
bastard.
Yeah, that'll work. I am going to twin spell Gaia's Fist for an 11 and a 19.
19 will hit.
For 29 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I should get...
And that is it. Sorcery points have been expended.
All right, and
+4 because...
large or smaller. This guy is large, so he needs to make a strength save. Doesn't get
So I
any
have the
plus
Aegis on
that,
me.
so
I need
it's
to make
still
sure I
9.
had that.
So with that, he gets pushed, right? Is that what we decided?
Yes, pushed
So,
away from the caster 5 feet.
also, because I have the Aegis on me, I took damage.
That would be reduced then.
No,
Or wait, is that just attack?
melee.
That's just...
It's melee. Only melee damage.
Oh, it's only melee damage that you can do.
Yeah,
the
that procs it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
All right, so it is pushed 5 feet as this large stone. The first one flying past its head as it ducks down, but the other one clearly able to connect with it as it stumbles back a few feet away from this guy's fist.
And Mr. By the way, my con dropped on my fist.
Okay.
Well, I dropped it, rather. And Mr. Pebbles, 8 and a 15.
Unfortunately, cannot gain purchase on this dragon.
Alrighty, that will end my turn.
All right, so as Mr. Pebbles launches his fist, you see this dragon kind of batting it away with one of its claws, not able to get a solid hit on it. But Maximilian, it is your turn.
I'm going to take the drift globe and kind of hurl it in the air. I can't see anything over there.
Havoc, the rule that we wrote was 5 feet and knocked prone, but I don't know if it should count on a dragon. It's got 4 legs. It's kind of hard to knock something prone with 4 legs.
Yeah, I think we might edit that in hindsight now to large ones aren't knocked prone, but mediums will probably be knocked prone.
Okay.
Or have a chance if they fail, obviously.
Right.
All right. Drift Globe giving y'all elimination now? Hopefully?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
All right, there we go. So yeah, if you want to edit that spell real quick, just to not
Yeah,
include
I'll
large
take care.
creatures. Alrighty, so with that, this creature, this fire dragon, or red dragon rather, stumbling back, not knocked prone, but definitely moved backwards. Maximilian sends his drift globe out to give him more sight and help his allies, illuminating this dragon that is now starting to get surrounded by the group.
Let's see, what do I have? Hey, empty the spell slots, right? I'm gonna cast Shatter on him.
All right. And we'll just say you're targeting in such a way that it won't hit. That's a con save.
I imagine up above.
Okay.
When it's like, concussive force to come down, beating its wings and head and neck.
I don't think you have a 20 DC.
I do not.
So it will succeed, taking half damage, but still hitting it. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. So as this loud cacophonous boom radiates up above the dragon, you see it buffering its head down a bit as it kind of glances around, trying to figure out where that just came from. Obviously taking damage, but it still looks very ready to fight. All the dragon claws and fangs are dead. Steve.
Alright, looks like I'm stabbing a dragon.
Uh, 29 will hit. Calculator, please.
Mm-hmm.
For 41. Okay. All right, I'm gonna shift everything down like 10 feet. Won't affect the battle. Just give you more map.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So as Rogar moves forward, able to land a pretty good shot into the side of this dragon. You see the rapier almost buried all the way up to the hilt as you damage it, but it is still standing, still ready to fight you all. Stone Skull. Your bear is collapsed beneath your feet.
As the bear is collapsing, Stone Skull immediately jumps off, landing on his feet, and angrily proceeds over to the side and begins attacking. Normal. Oh, fuck. 1d100. Holy crap, that's not good.
All
There's
right.
no way that's good.
So as you attack the first time, you'll still get to continue with your turn.
Okay.
Your footing kind of slips a bit as you get on this fresh earth, swinging the sword very heavily, having to transition to foot combat from mounted very quickly. Unfortunately, your attack misses. Your target will have advantage on their first attack roll against you next round.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay. 21.
That'll be a hit.
Okay. 14 damage. And for my bonus, I'm going to use my second wind.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. And go ahead and give your bear a death save.
Okay.
That'll be just a straight
D20.
D20, yeah.
Ouch.
All right.
Ouch. That's 2.
Red and blue is 2.
Hmm.
Can't. I thought I could put a number on these at some point. I just don't remember how.
It was like hold control or something when you were clicking on them.
No.
Oh, there's a way to do this. Roll 20, add numbers. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
we'll
you hover over it, like you mouse click on it, like you're going to click but don't release. Hit the number, and it'll come up. Or maybe not. Oh no, you just hover over it and hit the number.
on the.
Yeah, on the icon you want to use.
Oh, yeah, just mouse over it and then type in what number you want.
Aha! There we go. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
Neat. All right. Noted for the future. Alrighty. So as your bear kind of gurgles up some blood, unfortunately, you see that it is fighting for its life, and it's not doing a good job of it, unfortunately. Ignalia.
I am fucked to hell. So I am going to use Kyoten's ointment on myself. Yeah, as an action, so that's 2d8 plus 2. Ugh.
Ugh.
Alright, up a little bit more.
Yeah, that fire breath fucked you up.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I had the ring, otherwise I'd just be dead.
Mm-hmm.
I am Sorry, Forge, but I don't care about your bear enough to risk that.
No, you're fine.
Otherwise, I would help. Yeah, and then I'm going to quicken spell for a bonus action to cure wounds myself as well.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
For 18 more.
Nice. All right.
Okay, and that'll be my turn.
All right. So as Ignalia standing back up, her flesh kind of burned and seared in a few places, she quickly pulls out this ointment that you found quite a while ago, rubbing it over and infusing it with radiant energy as you do so, able to heal yourself up a good bit. But it's the dragon's turn.
Oh, one other thing. I forgot. I needed to make a Constitution check for that flame.
Yes, and it will be a DC 15.
Oh, nailed it.
All right, still invisible. Yeah, you can't see how badly your skin's burned. It's probably for the best. All right, so the dragon, you see flames kind of sputtering in its mouth, but not really coalescing once again into this gout of flame. With that, it turns towards the last one that attacked him, looking towards Stone Skull. This will be with advantage on its first attack.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So that will be 44 plus 7, so 49 total damage, reducing it down to 39 damage.
Reducing it down to 35 damage because Aegis.
Did I do bad math?
Aegis.
Oh, no, Aegis.
Aegis,
Yeah. All right.
And pop.
Pop. The weasel is pop.
16.
Oh, you miss.
Oh.
All right, and it continues its onslaught on Stone Skull. 15. And a 12.
Neither hit.
All right, so you're able to dodge the side of the claws as it bites down on you, doing everything in your power to resist this damage, but it still hurts. But you're thankful that the claws did not find their mark. Tara, you have blinked over to it. What do you want to do?
I want to use my action to pour a health potion down the bear's mouth.
Okay.
Thine blessed girl.
Yes.
He's one of us. God's God. It's not like he's the grizzly.
Hey, I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it if you did.
Your bear has comrades. It's good.
Yes.
All right, so
And
as you...
with that,
Uh-huh.
and Mr. Pebbles is failing.
Mr. Pebbles started out so strong. All right. So yeah, as you blink forward, taking a quick hit, but just bouncing off the thick hide and scales of this dragon, you quickly turn around, pulling out a potion of healing and pouring it into the opened mouth of this bear lying on the ground. You see its eyes beginning to kind of flutter open, albeit a bit sleepily, but it is no longer dying. Mr. Pebbles unfortunately swings and misses, just kind of getting battered away by the claws and wings of this dragon. Maximilian.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
I am going to reach deep into one of my storage pouches and pull out the Wand of Wonder.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
It's happening.
And here it is. I'm going to aim it at the dragon and activate it.
I'm not ready. I need to pull it up. 1 second.
You fireball us all, I swear.
Oh, no.
This is greatness.
All right.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's about the best thing you could have done.
Oh, good job.
I
Nothing
cast
happens.
invisibility on myself.
I will point out you were one away from fucking fireballing.
Yes, you were. Sad
Can
about
I? It's a bonus action, right? Or is that an action to use a wand?
That's an action to use a wand. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
As a bonus action, I'm going to. Where is it? Oh, that's why. Sorry.
So, an 80 casts invisibility on yourself. So, he
When it casts
was already
Sanctuary on
invisible,
Terra.
nothing happens. So,
All right. That'll be your sanctuary mark. Okay. I'm not gonna say it replaces your greater invincibility. I'm gonna say that's still going.
Because Wanda will?
because the
Okay.
Wand of Wonder is kind of
Wonder
maintaining
Wonder.
concentration.
Oh,
so
it
it's doing
forced
something.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of doing nothing really. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's kind of
I like
fluttering
clicked
out.
and nothing happened. Like,
Yeah, you don't notice anything
Check the
different.
batteries.
You like look around, you see a bit of shimmering around your body, and you're like, "What the? Feel any different?" Not sure what just happened. And with that, you quickly chant and move your arms, and you're able to cast Sanctuary onto Hera.
I'm also gonna move while I'm thinking about it. Spread out.
All right. Tactics coming out as this seems to be a tough fight against a red dragon. Rogar, you're right up in the shit though.
Alright, stabbing seemed to work well for me last time.
All right. Unfortunately, does not work out as well this time.
Fantastic. Disengage.
Okay. Almost in that one again. Oof. All right. So as you thrust your rapier, forward, it just glances off the scales. You see this dragon starting to look a bit winded, but it's still fighting with a bunch of ferocity, and is still alive as you back away from it. Stone Skull.
Okay. Let's try this again. 29.
Uh-huh.
Motherfucker, twice.
Go ahead and give me the damage on the first attack.
Okay, one sec. 13.
Okay.
Fucking 10.
All right. You once again slip across the ground, kind of losing your footing, albeit a bit more drastically than before. Your enemies will have advantage on their attack rolls against you until the end of the next turn on all attack rolls.
Okay. And going to let out... I kind of want to make the bear run, but attack of opportunity.
If it succeeds, it's very focused on the group doing damage to it right now. So
Yeah. I'm gonna... I gotta try to get it away from here. So I'm gonna make it try to run away.
all right. Yeah, and it can stand up with half its movement and then move the rest.
That would have been 20, so...
The dragon does not attack it as it
Okay.
scurries away, limping along, its fur still radiating the smell of burnt fur. Patches
Yeah.
missing at this point. Your bear's seen better days.
It has.
Can I use my reaction since the bear's leaving my threat range to grapple it?
No.
Oh.
I want to leave.
I don't want to be here anymore.
And then, yeah, bonus action. Once again, gonna go ahead and dump another potion here, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Your resources starting to be tapped. You find yourself attacking once, losing your footing as you miss the second attack. But you kind of grunt towards the bear, and the bear eyes flutter open, still sleepily as it scurries away. The dragon not even seeming to notice it. Ignalia.
So just to make sure I'm on the right page, is it a bonus action to drink a potion or an action?
Either or. It's interchangeable.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay, it's gonna reach into her bag, pull out the biggest potion of healing she has, which is a greater, and chug that.
It's required an action if you're trying to feed it to somebody, but otherwise it's interchangeable.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but for yourself, it's a either or.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna chug that down as I move along and come up. I measured this should be about as far as I can go. Between the dragon and Mr. Pebbles and up to the far side. What's the size of a greater potion again?
Greater 44 plus 4. Yeah, 44 plus 4.
Okay, 14 more. Almost at half. It's good. Feels good, man. And then with my normal action, yeah, I will... I mean, there's no point, but I'll keep flame blading.
Okay.
Because flavor.
Because that's what you do.
And advantage because I'm still invisible.
Yes.
Ooh.
Still
Oof.
misses.
All right.
Well, I'm glad I had a.
Advantage really helped that time. All right, yeah, that misses.
Okay, yeah, that's my turn. I'm
All right, so is
I'm
Ignalia
dumping everything, guys.
stumbling to her feet and moving across the battlefield as she's chugging another potion, feeling a little bit less of her stamina taken away from her, but still drained enough from that massive fire breath that the attack is just too weak and just glances off the scales of this dragon. All right. Once again, flames
Doesn't-
sputtering in its mouth,
Thank God.
but not able to do anything. It sees Terra and Stone Skull before it and is going to interchange attacks. So the bite and a claw going at Stone Skull and one claw going at Terra.
Okay.
So with advantage on Stone Skull,
Okay.
23, and also at Stone Skull, 26.
Going to because I can use warding. I would be hit by the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and ward that.
Okay.
And 7 to my AC. What is the AC on that? Or what is
23.
it? 23. That would be enough. That would put me at 24, so I take no damage. But I would get hit by the second one.
Okay.
And then when he attacks Terra, it's at disadvantage because he's marked.
He also needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
because shield. Yep.
He fails, so unfortunately it redirects at Stone Skull. 21.
Yep.
All right, so Stone Skull unfortunately taking the brunt of this attack as 2 claws score across him, dealing 8 and 14.
8,
So
14. No, that would technically be the crit, though. Let's be honest. That would technically be a crit because all attacks against me are at advantage right now.
He's
oh
right.
yes, yeah, you're
They're
right.
all at advantage against me right now. So
Yes,
that
you
would
are
be a
correct.
crit.
All right, 14
So 8.
plus- So that'll be okay for that one
12.
plus 8. So 34 damage.
34 on that attack plus 8.
26 on the first plus the 8. 34.
34 total. Okay.
Yes.
Minus by 4 on each. So what, 30?
It ignores the first attack, so 26.
And
The Aegis, though, would affect
Minus-
all attacks. 4 on each attack.
Yeah, so 8 total, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 34 minus 8 will be 26.
and
All right.
my reaction, I assume, misses. Unless I have some weird advantage.
Unfortunately, do not have advantage on the attack, and a 14 will miss. All right, this dragon's still clawing away, trying to take out some members of the party. Once again, you still see it's starting to get a bit winded, but it is
Mhm.
still standing. Terra.
Okay.
All right, let's try that again. And I missed again.
Wow.
Mr. Pebbles.
Oh, Mr. Pebbles hits.
That
Twice.
one
Pebbles
hits
got a
twice.
piece.
From the top rope.
Does his
Ooh,
get
we
the
don't
crit
have it
roll?
yet.
Mhm.
It's going to be 32 on his first attack.
Yeah, 32.
So 41 damage.
Yes. And that will end my turn for now.
All right. So as your maul is unable to gain purchase, but you distract this dragon just enough as Mr. Pebbles swings twice, able to get meaty hits in, crushing down on the back of this dragon as it's pretty big compared to it. It's about the same size as this dragon. It's taken a bunch of damage. It groans kind of in pain, letting out a snarl as it turns its head briefly to look at Mr. Pebbles. It is still standing though. Max.
How close can I get? No, whoops, wrong one. Stone Skull. All right. I want to move to Stone Skull and give him a. Let me make sure I got this right. Potion of superior healing.
Ooh.
Okay, that'll be an action to do so.
Stranger danger.
You
is
can
feeding you a
you
potion.
can drop it as a free action though, right?
There's a free action, yes.
Mm-hmm. So
No.
instead of trying to hand it to me, you could drop it and I could pick it up.
He's flying.
Oh.
No, I'm not. I'm on the ground.
No, he's on
Oh.
the ground.
Oh, okay.
That
mean-
way you would still have an action.
Well, isn't it an action to administer it to you then? No,
Yeah.
just do
I'm
it
not
that way
dead.
and guarantee that you. I know, but
Oh.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
But-
bonus action to take it yourself, but an action to give it to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So as an action, then I will give it to him. I will administer it to him.
Okay.
Okay.
So superior, go ahead and roll 8d4 plus 8.
Nothing like bottle service from an invisible
Right.
person.
This bottle is... Actually,
You
you
just
don't even
get
see
this-
the bottle, yeah.
No, you get a fish hook, like your cheek just pulls back and like liquid just starts going down your mouth. It's like, I mean,
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh, hey,
That's
hey.
chunky. All right.
Oh, back in it, boys.
All right, 30 healing.
1 sec.
Just like that, back in it.
And then I, as a bonus action, going to cast Sanctuary on Stone Skull.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
Just so you know, the moment I attack, that spell goes away.
Yeah, it literally, I have a bonus action with no utility, and that's like if you want to get up and move, attack of opportunity, anything, you know what I mean? You now have options for movement.
Right.
I don't know what else he's bringing to the table, but yeah, for sure.
So okay.
All right, so just remember Stone Skull. Do I have another thing I could put on you for?
Sanctuary.
Yeah, you have a hand. That's your Gaia's or protection or whatever.
Okay.
All right, so Sanctuary is cast upon you as you have this liquid poured down your throat. You're not sure what it is, but you feel your body kind of growing stronger, some of your stamina being returned
Okay.
as it flows down your throat, assuming that one of the invisible people are helping you once again. Rogar.
Alright. Close the gap and try again.
I think
all
that
right.
was a
Ooh,
bad
this time
idea.
you'll hit.
I should have went to someone else.
For 37. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So as Steve moves forward, slinking through the shadows, kind of seeing
Nothing else.
Mr. Pebbles recovering from these two meaty hits, you slide in underneath it, kind of sliding on your knees as you do so, and stab the gentleman up, straight up into its belly. You see a lot of blood coming out of the wound you just created. This thing is looking bloodied. Stone Skull.
Okay. Unfortunately, yeah, I was hoping it wouldn't come to me because I knew I was going to attack. Because at this point, it's just blind rage for him. He's just hacking away. So, 16.
What you should be doing.
Will miss,
Nat
but the
20.
natural 20 will hit.
Okay.
Mm,
For 26.
Go ahead and describe.
Yeah.
You just killed this red dragon.
Yeah, just feeling this frustration of like his hits aren't landing. He's just angrily just hacking away. And after Max kind of like revigorated him a bit, give him this potion, he just immediately just goes back to doing what he was doing. And as he brings down the sword on the second attack, he like feels it like seep through the plating or the scales and just slowly keeps pushing it in as far as he can get it and just watches. Just doesn't take his eyes off of him. Like just an anger that nobody here has seen out of him as the dragon falls to the ground.
All right. So as the dragon is finally slain, Stone Skull finally taking Gleam Edge out of its body as it slinks off the edge of it. A massive cut directly down its shoulder, kind of to its body, cutting into it. Definitely a fatal blow to this creature. One last time, you see flames sputtering out of its mouth as it howls in pain and agony as it dies and succumbs to its wounds.
Mhm.
You find yourselves no longer in combat.
Fucking
No
idiot.
other hostiles near you. But the damage seems to have been done.
just looking around, just collapse to a knee and like have the invisibility just snap off. Like, ugh, what was that?
It was a bunch of people who decided they needed to find us. I have no idea why.
more specifically, you can't give a single reason why.
I've never done anything to these people.
Perhaps not. But we've done a lot of stuff to a lot of people. You can't say for certain.
Well, I can say for certain, the Grigsbys did nothing to these people.
That's true. I mean, just trying to live their life. You have to give them, want to go and, like, put the rest of the fires out.
Okay.
And start preparing to, burial, like a funeral service for the...
I'm actually going to go check on the bear and pat him on the head. You're going to hear weird cooing noises coming from it.
Got an idea for a job for you, too, to heading back to the cave and burying that thing. Where the throne is.
I have an idea for that.
Figured you could get creative. But we definitely need to make sure no one stumbles across that on accident.
All right. Cutting away. You trying to harvest some stuff off of this thing?
No,
No,
of course.
he is
The
not.
dragon?
Oh, he is not.
The only thing he's harvesting is a dragon's head.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Can
able
you-
to do so. You can start
Can
cleaving
you
away.
hollow the skull out and have your bear wear it as a helmet?
Oh, you should.
he
'Cause
he
it
is.
can...
Everybody can tell he is visibly angry at this whole situation and everything that transpired here. And at this point, he wants to make a statement with this dragon.
We're gonna make bear armor out of these scales. I mean, all night to the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my time
I
and
think we're
harvest as
gonna,
much
I think
as we
we're going to
can.
be at the Grigsby Manor for at least a day, burying bodies,
Mhm.
taking care of the cave, long resting.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So as Stone Skull is going about this creation of a grizzly trophy from this hard-fought battle, as you all kind of reflect upon this, going through the process of burying the bodies and laying the unfortunate victims of this cult attack, the Grigsbys, to rest, you all reflect and you're able to tell that this was targeted. You've run into the cult by happenstance or by seeking them out up to this point, but this time they were definitely looking for you. And unfortunately, this led them to the Grigsby homestead. But as you're going through this process and collecting the head of this red dragon, as well as whatever else you would like to do, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break.
Yeah. All right. So 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to continue on and hopefully level up and sort out exactly what we're going to do about all of this. So don't go anywhere. All right, so we're getting ready to come back here. Don't go anywhere. We're really close. I think everybody's coming back now. Then we're going to jump right back into it. We may be leveling up, so that'll be fun for all of us. So we'll see. But I think everybody's here. Let's go ahead and kind of jump back here. I think we're back.
Oh, you can't run away.
Yeah.
Everybody
All
gets
right.
scored for it.
All right, so sorry, was eating. So yeah, as you're going through this, what is it that y'all want to do? It's still pretty late at night. It's hard to tell. You're able to see the moon through the sky. See that it's still sinking, across the sky. It's probably after midnight at this point, but you still have probably a couple more hours, or a few more hours rather, until dawn.
Well, the house is burning, right? Like, that's gone.
was.
Yeah, I put it out. That was my first.
Oh, okay.
Handle the fires.
So the house is in okay condition?
The house has one wall that's severely scorched. It seems like when you arrived, that fire up against it had just been lit. The barn, unfortunately, most of the northern wall had been burned away by the time you arrived, and even putting the flame out just wasn't enough, as that wall ended up collapsing, and you see much of the stable is gone as well. The house is still standing, albeit very much scorched.
I'm going to kind of go towards the group and say, I think we should stay the night here. We have a lot of business in the area.
We agreed and try and find some way to settle his affairs.
Yeah, we can put these people to rest. Put up a warning with some heads and take care of the cave.
Basically, the only thing that I think I'm going to have Stone Skull do, other than, chopping off the head, is once that's finished, he's going to go over and tend to the bear. But he's going to be pretty silent for a while.
I want to bury Grixby's, perform a small service. I want to get some stuff to identify, and then harvesting stuff from the dragon.
Okay. All right, so we'll get
the
back
bodies,
to
the dead bodies.
Oh, that's a good idea too. All right, so we'll start with searching the bodies. So on them, you find.
Scott,
What?
get the bag of holding ready.
Oh, I know.
You find a bunch of scimitars, a couple short swords that were on these kind of more battle-hardened individuals that were in the group. These dragon fangs. They were accompanied by dragon claws, and these dragon claws were pretty adept. It seems to be kind of an elite force that was sent after you. The dragon claws don't have much as far as loot is concerned. The dragon fangs, however, both have 36 gold pieces on each of them, so 72 total between the two of them. You also find two of these orbs on their bodies that you recognize, albeit they are a bit different than the one that Stone Skull has in his possession. These have a red glowing center versus the blue icy glowing center of the one that Stone Skull has. And that's as far as the bodies. Let's see, what else do we have? We'll do identifying when we do. I'm assuming y'all are going to do your thing and then rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who's harvesting from the dragon body, aside from the head?
I mean, I will.
I think we're all going to pitch in because we want bear armor scales.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
much everybody's doing something here.
Okay.
Oh.
So somebody give me a survival check with advantage and a plus 6 modifier to it.
26.
26. Okay. You're able to harvest a lot of scales. 12 pounds of them, actually.
Awesome.
I feel like that would be a lot.
That would be a lot.
What?
You would think it would be a lot, but
They're
It's
probably way
the scales
above
are probably pretty heavy.
the scales are. You notice as you're carving these scales off is that they're very large. About a foot each dimension. But as you flay them off the body and such, and kind of pull out some of the hide as well with them, you see that they're not particularly heavy, not giving much of the the weight to the mass of these creatures. However, as you're looking at them, you can definitely vouch for the toughness of them due to what you've noticed in fighting them. So 12 pounds is actually quite a lot.
Okay.
It's gonna suck when we fight those carbon nanotube dragons.
Let's see. All right, so you've done that. Maximilian takes it upon himself to retrieve the Grigsby bodies, kind of moving over to a non-scorched part of this field. The earth's still soft from the last tilling and harvest of it. Easily able to dig fitting graves for them.
Tara will assist them with that because
I thought we made
Just-
armor for the
And so
bears.
will
I think
Ignalia, because,
For
religious.
Okay.
Am I just imagining things? But I thought we made armor for the bear.
There's
That
armor. for the
saddle.
horse. Yeah, you got a saddle.
No, it's
for the
just a
horse.
saddle.
Or
That's
for
what it was.
the bear, rather. Sorry.
Yeah.
Saddle of the cavalier.
Yeah,
But
that's what it was. There's no
the
armor.
horse had armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horse had armor.
hmm
It had barded armor. I believe that's correct. Yeah, barding armor for the horse.
hmm
So with that, retrieving that and laying the Grigsby's to rest, a couple of you saying words to your respective deities that you worship in memory of them. Put some bit more lively music on, or less fighty music on. You're able to put on, a decent burial for them. These people that had been nothing but kind to you. In your brief visit with them, brief meeting of them, they seem just like good people. People that could live anywhere on the Sword Coast. People that you've been tasked to protect, and you hadn't really noticed anyone as personal, or in a personal manner, as much as these two. But now you feel, as you, Tara helps to cover their bodies and lay them to rest, that you now have a face and personalities of these people that are suffering under the might of the cult of the dragon that is attacking the Sword Coast. But with that, you bring your spoils back into the house, knowing that you're all very tired after your foray into the tomb of this throne of bone, and then into this targeted attack by the cult that had followed you to this point. Hadn't quite searched for you further into the woods yet, but had stopped to take their sick pleasure onto the Grigsby homestead. As you all sit down to rest, going through your items and such, and taking a load off, you all feel wiser, stronger from your experiences to this point. And you all gain a level.
Yay.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh man.
My problem is I got to remember what it was I wanted to do. Because I think it's important. This was supposed to be an important level for me, I think.
What all are you identifying?
We're going up to 10, right?
There was a
11.
11. There was a set of boots on the body outside, as well as a wand and a potion.
All right, pull my notes here. The boots Once again, these boots are kind of yellow and black and blue, and they're extremely fancy. As you had seen them on the corpse of this half-elf, the bard that the Grigsby spoke of meeting, you had known that it had been some time since this bard had set off in the night, not even saying goodbye to the Grigsbys, as it seemed that he was seeking out this throne of bone, but unfortunately never made it to its doorway. But as you're looking over these boots, you can tell that there's definitely magic flowing through them. And you now have fancy boots.
Are they called fancy boots?
Damn.
They are called fancy boots.
Fancy boots.
They're just exactly what I'm thinking of, aren't they?
They're fancy boots.
I'll show them to everybody so you can see.
There's some
Yes.
slick boots.
Very fancy.
Oh,
Alright.
wait. When we're harvesting the dragon, can I get like a couple pounds? I don't know, of like the nice red leather.
Sure. Stone Skull's able to cut some off for you.
You're gonna enjoy this.
I'm definitely putting on my fancy boots.
Okay.
I'm just fancy boots. That's crazy.
Jeez, come on.
They are henceforth Max's fancy boots.
All hail.
All hail fancy boots.
Edit. Max's fancy boots. There we go. Alright, let's see. What else did y'all find? I have to go back and look and see what
You're the yang to my yin, Zorn. Thank you.
That's my life rolling hit dice in D&D.
Yeah, I'm just done doing that myself.
I'm just going to start taking average, I swear.
Okay.
Let's
better
see
now.
on the body. Alright, so you found a wand, a potion, and a scimitar on the body, as well as that note. The scimitar, you're able to tell, radiates magic as well, and it is a +1 scimitar. The potion you see has got yellow fluid and it's streaked with black and seems to swirl on its own even when you're holding it motionless. You're able to gain some help on this. Oof.
Start taking average. Take average.
You're able to get some help, especially from Tara, as she feels the magic radiating from this potion. And you're able to tell this is a potion of speed. And finally, the wand. Do what?
I was going to say, I imagine Tara just kind of waving off. Man, it's a potion of speed. Go away.
Like what? You don't know what that is?
Tell us all about it,
Tara, you
Tara.
didn't
What
even-
color is it?
You didn't even compliment me on my new boots. I'm upset with you.
You have new boots?
They're fancy.
They feel like the same boots?
Imagine just like lifting my foot straight up into your face. Here, just touch it.
Touch my fancy boots.
Feel it.
Tara's going to rub her face against the side of his boot.
Cancel.
Right.
There we go.
Right? That is, I mean, way better than the last boots.
Alright.
So +1 scimitar, potion of speed, fancy boots.
Shit, where did I just put this? And the wand, you are able to tell is filled with evocation.
Well, I'm using the spell identify.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're able to tell it's filled with evocation magic and filled with one spell in particular, and that spell being magic missile. You have a wand of magic missiles. So whoever's taking these items, just let me know who, and I will give you the sheets for them.
Yeah, I'll be hanging on to this.
Yeah, you should keep the wand.
The potion I want to give to Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, that's haste without concentration. Yeah.
Right. So he can get up in it if he has to.
All right. All right. You should all have your respective items. The scimitar just doesn't need a sheet or anything. It's just a +1 weapon.
I'm just dumping that into the bag of shit to sell.
I was about to say, I didn't figure anybody was going to take that, so.
Who do we give the orbs to?
So Ignali would like to make the proposal to Stone Skull to swap the cold one for one of the fire ones, and then someone else can take a fire one.
Where did I put this?
I'm sure he would be okay with it. We have it in our magic items thing.
Do they require attunement? I don't remember.
No.
Then I will take one.
Okay. Orb fire, dragon fire breath to
Yeah.
Tara.
Did I? Oh, now that I actually have a sheet to reference, let me make sure that I've got the one I gave y'all right. Okay.
68.
compare notes. Okay, so I've made it OP. Cool. So I'm changing it a little bit because I fudged some stuff up a little bit.
It's 3 uses, but it's a straight attack. It's not a cone.
Yeah. So it's getting nerfed just a little bit, unfortunately. But I want to make sure that it's something you can find further in the adventure. So
Single target 3 uses a day, and what did you say? 3d6?
it is now. It is going to be 2 times per day, and it will have a +5 to hit. Range will still be 90 feet, and it will do 5d8 instead of 68. And I'll change the sheet to be.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. It's gonna have how much damage?
There we go. 5d8.
So you like super nerfed it.
Well, I took down the die by 1. I mean, this
You
is literally what's in the
Took the
character
attack
sheets.
down by 2 as well.
Yeah, it's a +5 to hit. 5d8. Because before I was just homebrewing it and I just guessed at what it's supposed to be. But now I actually have the stats for it. So,
Cool.
as with anything homebrew, you have to be
Yeah.
expecting it to get nerfed sometimes, unfortunately. To what?
No, I'm having a moral issue here
Okay.
because I want to offload some stuff, but I don't want to sell it. I don't just want it to go out into the market necessarily.
Okay.
Like the pipes of haunting specifically, and that wand of wonder. Like, I'm never gonna not only am I not gonna use it, but that thing's a liability.
But it's so cool.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's so cool for not us.
What if you had turned them into like a squid or something? You'd have been like, this one.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I hadn't really looked at the list.
It's so cool.
Yeah, most of the stuff is not cool. The majority of the stuff is not cool. There's only a couple things that are cool
I feel like
for
it's
a player.
back and
As a
forth.
DM, hilarious. 600 butterflies. Like, oh, not what I wanted to spend an action on in combat. You know what I mean?
I feel that you know somebody involved and enveloped by a certain order that you know. And this order could probably protect such items if the need arose. I.e., you could probably give it to the Order of the Gauntlet and they'll take care of it for you.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
any
this-
of the factions, really, honestly.
Now, the next question, is there any sort of like monetary reward for,
I mean,
turning these in?
the protection of the innocent is all the reward you'll ever need, right?
Right, yeah. I mean,
Oh, because
sure.
we protected them so well.
Yeah, we did it really good. We did a great job.
Yeah.
Nolly's not saying much, but she's super bitchy now. She's very unhappy.
I think there was an item. No.
Yeah, well, I have 6 level spells now, Scott.
Well, I don't know, 2 levels away, I guess. 1 or 2. I got my level 5 spell, okay? Fuck off. Willie, if you do plan on selling any of that stuff or whatever, let me know, because I keep track and it's fucking mayhem up in here.
Yeah. There are, I mean, I can hang on to it. You know what I mean? I don't have to put it in the bag. Just whenever we get back, I'm going to offload it.
No, I know. I still keep track of like who is supposedly carrying what items because they come and go so fucking fast. But also, we have a shit ton of crap to sell, so if you want to sell it, just, like, let's add it to the list.
Yeah, no, I don't have a ton of shit on me. Yeah, the Pipes of Haunting and the Wand of Wonder, both I want to, like, offload. Also have Oil of Slipperiness that, I'm like, if somebody wants, by all means, snatch it. Like, I'm probably not going to use it.
All right, I'm done leveling up. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes.
And say we've got like bottles of alchemist fire that I doubt we're ever gonna touch.
No, see, that's something I'll hang on to. If you want to toss it my way.
Sure, here, take it.
How many you got?
2x alchemist fire.
Cool.
I will not keep track of consumables, so that's on you now.
You want this Oil of Slipperiness?
Not really.
You want to put it on the list of shit to sell in? You already got it?
Yep.
Alright. I'm deleting the Wand of Wonder from my inventory.
Okay, I will put it on the list.
Shit, I've got to find monetary values.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, dude, you're getting an hour of shopping right now. Well, are you putting the haunting pipes in that?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't quite necessary, but I will now take the chance to remind Damien that you have 2 arrows of dragon slaying. Don't forget.
He forgot.
Yeah.
I did enjoy y'all going through a bunch of the stuff that you had collected up to this point. Finally felt the need to do so. All
Yeah,
the
big
potions of
deed.
healing.
Yeah, for once I was like, oh, these had a use.
So basically what happened, I kind of explained it to y'all before, I think, but that battle right there was essentially what the module called for you to get a level.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't want you to get a level for just one battle. That's not as rewarding as I want it to be, so that's why the Grigsby and throwing a bone encounter was thrown into it as well.
It was actually pretty well balanced through all of those other encounters leading up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we tapped out everything up to that battle or ending that battle. So that was like really well balanced.
Yeah, and y'all didn't try to rest inside there.
Mm-hmm.
And one caveat of that place, and you would have really hated the dwarf. If you tried to rest in certain rooms, pretty much any like within like the middle of a floor or anything, you would get just incessantly bothered and not be able to rest because the dwarf would just be making fun of you the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, let's just be clear. We do very much hate the dwarf.
He wasn't fans of you either, if it makes a difference.
No, it doesn't. He can fuck off.
So yeah.
Look him in his cursed throne of bone,
Oh.
which, as far as I'm concerned, is just the name of a sex den.
There was definitely bones everywhere.
So yeah, Stone Skull will he's gonna probably take the time to drain the skull of this dragon. He wants to leave the scales on the head of it, but he wants to drain everything from within it, just so it's not going to be a mess to travel with.
Okay, yeah, you'll be able to do so. Kind of just scraping out the inside. I mean, It's not a small skull. It's
Right.
almost
It'll
as big
take
as like
time.
Terra.
Yeah.
So it'll take a little bit of your long rest to do so, going through and scraping out the innards of it, as well as the leftover bones and bone fragments rather, and such inside of it. But you're able to do so and hollow it out. So yeah, as you all rest and reflect on everything that's happened since you took this job.
Sorry, not to interrupt, but we ran through that whole thing, the whole dungeon, and then the fight with the dragon without resting.
Yep.
Y'all did one short rest. That was it.
Yeah.
You know we're terrifying, right? Like,
Yeah.
in accordance with what I call a normal 5e character, we are fucking mini gods.
Yeah, for being level 11 right now, y'all are beefy. That's why I have to scale shit up constantly. Everything you just fought was max HP, so that's why they were elites.
And well, the tactics too. Like you can see, like I mean, we just rolled obnoxiously well on the ads.
Guys.
We just wiped them out. Like, cool. All right, now we can all focus on the dragon without anybody really being in serious danger. I mean, the dragon in 2 turns basically brought Stone Skull, to the edge.
Yeah, it didn't help that he was getting advantage constantly too.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over turn by turn. It was like turn 1, he bit you in the face, and you were like, "Okay, I'm gonna go invisible." He spent 2 turns wailing on me, brought me to like 7 HP, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna go invisible." And then proceeded to dick around on Stone Skull and the bear for like 2 turns.
That was
like, fuck that
quite
dragon.
a few turns actually, because it was
there was a good 3 rounds there.
The breath and then a few attack rounds. 2 attack rounds, I think.
2 attack rounds on you, yes.
So with the flame breath, about 3 total, which I included on myself as well, because I got fucking nailed by that.
Yeah, and he just couldn't. If he had gotten it back, oof.
Yeah, I was watching that very intently because I knew.
Yeah. If he got it back again, he was going to, like, even when he was got down to like sub 100 HP, he was just going to completely risk opportunity attacks to move himself to do the most damage. It was a deadly encounter, and I played it to be so. I didn't think I was going to TPK, but I thought I might knock a few of you out. I got very close.
You got the bear.
Got the bear.
Poor bear.
I was sad, but
And and that's also why I spoke up about the crit on that one attack, because it's like I want it to be legit. Like, we're not taking anything from this fight. So
yeah, y'all won it. It was a hard fight. Like, almost killed the bear. Like, I had to go double check to make sure I didn't insta kill it. I was like, nope, it had just enough HP to not insta kill.
It had enough HP, it wouldn't insta die on that, but.
That concentration check was nerve-wracking for me because I was still at 7 HP when I was like, oh no, is it dropping?
Yeah, and that was a beefy attack. Like, if you didn't have that evasion, you would have 100% lost it. Because you would have had 30 DC as your DC to meet on that, and you couldn't hit that.
Oh yeah. Well, it wouldn't have mattered because I would have been down anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I took 30 damage and ended at 7 health.
Fire dragons be scary, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
So Ignali doesn't like fighting fire things.
they don't care about your fire, and their fire hurts. All right. So at this point, you've rested through the night. As you all kind of wake up and feel a bit stronger and such, and start doing a tally of inventory and such. What is it do y'all want to do? Where do you want to head?
Terra has to spend the morning at the cave entrance.
Okay.
She's going to be putting up a couple wall of stones in front of that cave and spending enough time to make them permanent.
I'd say through intense concentration for the full 10 minutes, you'd probably be able to do so for the flavor of it. I'll give it to you.
It's at the bottom of the spell.
Oh, is it?
No, that's part of
If you maintain your concentration on the spell for the whole duration, it becomes permanent.
Oh, dope. So, yeah. Me just making a ruling was what D&D already had in there. So, yeah. Yeah, you make it.
Jeremy Crawford.
I wish.
Nerf bards.
No, bards are perfect the way they are. All right. So, Tara spends some time in the morning, taking about 30 minutes or so to do so, to head through the woods, set up the walls, blocking off this cave entrance, not taking a whole lot, but being able to set up, multiple walls throughout the entrance to it. Pretty sure that you put a good damper on anybody that wants to venture into this cave again.
Yeah, it's 6 inches thick.
Yeah.
Question. During long rests, since we're down to once a day summoning of Mr. Pebbles, does he regain his life?
We'll say that he can regain like normal, like PCs. I think I already said that. Maybe I did. I don't remember.
I think we did. I just don't remember.
Yeah, he just can't be like healed by like cure wounds and stuff.
Yeah.
But he regains because he does have hit die and stuff like that, so he can regain on like short rests and long rests like y'all do.
Where's his hit die listed?
It should be on the sheet. Yeah, at the top, 13d10.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
And that might be just a complete guess, honestly, what I just put in there, but we'll leave it as is. So he has 13d10 as his hit die. All right. So, preparations have been made. Loot has been distributed and planned for. What do you want to do?
Are we headed back to Waterdeep now?
I think we need to head back to Waterdeep to report to our benefactor.
Give me just a second before we all take off. Because I'm going to inscribe a teleportation circle inside their house, and we're going to teleport back.
You can do that?
I can now.
I don't believe him.
What gave you access to 5th level spells? Aren't you?
Oh, no.
You say if you have more than 2 levels in Paladin, you're definitely not able to.
Son of a bitch. That's right. Damn it. I got excited looking at the bard, whatever. I was like, yeah, I leveled up. Nope, I was looking at the wrong one. I'm glad I didn't add it to my character sheet.
I mean,
Did you guys do your updates to be on? That would have been a good way to check it.
Oh, no, not yet. I was just looking through the spell list. Oh, I was wasting time. Yeah, we're good to go.
All right. So everybody planning on heading back to Waterdeep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
All right. So as you start venturing out, you know that it wasn't a terribly long distance as you head back that direction. Along the Sword Coast, you would head south from Waterdeep itself. Didn't I have a token for this? I did. There it is. And you found yourself just kind of out over here. Less than a day's journey back to Waterdeep. And as you move forward, it's an uneventful journey. Giving you a lot of time to think, a lot of time to reflect, and think about what it is the cult is doing, what their plans are, and what could be the result if they were to win this war that is now spilling over to affect everyone around you, not just the lords and ladies of the Sword Coast and adventurers like yourself, but even common folk, farmers and such, living along this place. No one seems to be safe from their tyranny. But with that, within a few hours, just before, probably about a couple hours before dusk is going to set in over the Sword Coast, you find yourselves back at the south gate of Waterdeep.
how does the city look?
Waterdeepish. Nothing seems to have really changed.
Okay. Well, I mean, we weren't like that far, so there's no cult presence. No siege engines.
Yeah, no crazy things have happened or changed in your absence. The city still seems a bit alert and such. That's obnoxious. Map layer. There we go. Yeah, you still see kind of a raised security level for Waterdeep, but you've noticed that before. Venturing around the city as well as when you exited earlier. More guards are present than you think would normally be needed, but obviously in reaction to these dragon attacks as well as the cult's increased movement around the area, it definitely seems that they're reacting to that. So where y'all headed?
While everyone else does their stuff, can I start tallying up all this shit we have to sell and just like bulk sale that? At least as far as like the numeric items go, not the special stuff.
Numeric items such as
like I need to total up like everything since Arator's swag bag.
Oh
and
God!
You gave me like precious stones worth random shit. That's what I called it in my bag of holding. Okay. I have a chest containing 500 platinum pieces. Like, there's a lot of shit in here.
All right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah. Horde selling. You make your way into the trades ward, into one of the various marketplaces there, and you're able to find buyers for all these things, all of them kind of looking you a bit strangely with this horde of items that you were proffering off to them. But yeah, you're able to find buyers for all that stuff.
This is how we ruin economies as adventurers.
Scott, whenever you know how much gold and platinum you're giving me, you just let me know.
Igali is putting on her little accountant's visor, is telling you to like go away, and is hunching over a desk somewhere. So I will let you know.
We need to buy a house. Or maybe just a plot of land, because the dragons might blow up the house.
So a subterranean chamber.
I could definitely make that happen. Next level. I can make that happen.
It's just like, I have so many things I can do now. You want a house? I can do that. You want to fucking block off caves? I can do that. Earth is my bitch.
There's an app for that.
There's a spell for that.
Oh, and at some point, I know what I'm going to do with that red dragon leather, and I'll let you know, Havoc.
Okay. Speaking of red dragon stuff, any plans for the scales as of now? Are you going to wait for that? What's the deal?
We're going to take that. Who would do that? An armor smith, I guess?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we'll go find us an armor smith and detail our plans for these scales.
The dragon bear armor.
Yes.
Or bear dragon armor. I'm not sure which.
Bear dragon armor. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. So you're just seeking out someone able to work with that, or you?
We know does the guy that did the work with our weapons, does he also do armor? One dwarf, or was he a dwarf or an elf?
He was a dwarf.
There was a dwarf and an elf.
Yeah, we used both.
Yeah.
The dwarf is the guy whose business is blowing up because of our business.
Yes.
That's the guy you're thinking of.
That's the guy I'm thinking of.
The elf is responsible for this annoying shit, and I hold up irony.
So yeah, we will track down the dwarf, and if he can do armors.
So the dwarf was Erlingel.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that silvered all of your weapons, but also infused a few extra bits into them at the behest of mutual acquaintance.
Oh yeah, I have that on my list here. Here we go.
Galen was the elf that molded irony into his current form right now, where he thought everyone hit like a wimp. All right, so
irony.
So yeah, as you make your way once again into the trade ward, as Ignalia heads off to go sell a bunch of the goods that you've acquired over your adventures, you're able to make your way back to this kind of smithing corner where a bunch of smiths are, and you find Erlingel very busy still, albeit not with a horde of people around his forge now. And as you talk to him, he explains that he does work in armor as well. He focuses mainly on weapons, but as he said before, he's willing to take any job that you bring him, expediting it over others. As you show him the red dragon scales, he kind of inquires about what you want to do with them. And you said you were going to look about getting armor for the bear?
Yeah, try to do like a scale mail type armor for the bear. And Stone Skull will kind of walk over. I kind of imagine that the bear's just following us around like it did last time. And he kind of walks over and starts to point some of the cuts and wounds on the bear, and kind of looks over at the dwarf and kind of says, this could not happen anymore.
Okay. All right. The bear. All right. So with that, Erlingel looks over the bear, kind of examining it and noting some of the grisly wounds, as well as the grisly wounds, as well as the burnt, missing patches of hair across his body, and he nods and basically tells you he hasn't worked in barding armor in quite a while, making this armor for mounts and such, but he thinks he might be able to work with it, and you see he's a bit excited about the prospect of working with these dragon scales. To make something out of that. He says he's not entirely sure what kind of protection it's going to give, but he imagines it's definitely going to be more than what the bear currently has, and agrees to work on it for a modest fee of roll a d100.
He will just drop 100 gold coins. At this point, it doesn't matter to him. Gold means nothing to him.
This man has a pitcher of infinite beer. What more does he need of money?
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't need anything other than protection for this bear. So he immediately just reaches to his pouch as the guy's like, it'll be, and he just kind of drops this small coin purse of 100 gold coins on the table. And says, that should be enough, right?
With that, Erlingel kind of sighs, says, well, with the complexity of this armor, as well as barding, and the fact that I'm going to be using an unfamiliar material, so I'm going to have to learn a bit and such onto it. Actually, I would charge about 10 times as much as this normally.
He looks down at his pouch and thinks about it and says,
but for you, as you're thinking it over, once again, roll that d100 just to see.
okay.
You're lowballing a little bit here. Okay. With that, he says, for you, I would charge no more, not a cent more than 600 gold pieces for it.
He'll look at the pouch and kind of point a finger up and pull it back and reach back and drops another one with 100 coins. This time it's just platinum.
Just platinum. Okay.
So giving him basically 1,000 instead of 600 for his troubles.
With that,
and because he's being nice and going to expedite this for us.
Right. Okay. With that, Erlingel initially kind of hesitant to take your money, but he nods, says, there's no point in trying to reason with you, of course. So with that, he agrees to do it. He says, it will take a few days. I'll go, of course, put all my projects on hold and get this done for a special order. Give me 2 days, 3 at most, to complete this armor for you. And it should be more than adequate. And I promise it'll be the finest work.
Stone Skull just nods and starts walking away and kind of hear, like, under his breath, Stone Skull kind of talking to the bear and says, I can't believe I gave him the wrong bag of coin.
Whoops. I think we'll be just fine.
Wait, did Stone Skull just give all his money away?
Oh no, Stone
No.
Skull still has money.
Oh, okay. And Scott, did you see
Stone Skull
what
gave his petty cash away from the team
Listen.
fund.
I am cranking numbers here.
Yeah, no, there's more numbers for you to crank. That was stuff that Mr. Pebbles had that I stuck on him.
Which stuff?
The stuff I just posted in the chat.
Oh, fucking God.
It's been a while.
Oh, okay. No. I already got the precious stones, so thank God for that. Silver-plated longsword. Were those the art objects?
Yeah, those were fancy things.
I don't think they were listed as art objects. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think you were around me whenever we found this stuff, so I stuck it on Mr. Pebbles.
You did stick it on Mr. Pebbles.
I should have given you a monetary value for those.
Well, what I wrote down was 6 art objects worth, I believe, 700.
Yeah, no, this was a different bag. Like, everything that
No.
was listed in this bag came in the bag, and I just stuck the bag on Mr. Pebbles.
So this is all in addition to what you have.
Oh God, you have so much money.
Okay, I believe you, because... Yeah, those descriptions don't match what I have, so those are different. Okay.
Back to work.
Okay, Havoc. Whenever you'd like to start going through this list, I'm ready for you.
Pretty much everything you're gonna find buyers for. The magic items we'll have to do separately, unfortunately.
Okay, well, tell me what I can condense 5 normal scimitars and 2 normal short swords into.
What do you mean condense into? I'm confused.
I'm just pawning those weapons off to someone
Yeah,
for
yeah.
chump change, effectively.
Okay, yeah. You'll just get running value for them, whatever the normal cost is.
Face value.
Which is...
Search.
For okay, 1 second. Weapons.
Short sword.
Short sword is
10 gold.
Yeah, 10 gold pieces. Scimitar is 25 gold pieces.
Okay, so 145 gold for the lot. Great.
I'm just imagining Nolly coming up with a big bag, like on the other side of a counter from somebody. Like, you got a second? Yeah, clear. Close the door. Like, we're gonna
This
be
is
here
gonna be
for
a minute.
You got a comfy seat cushion? Get it.
It's one where you call ahead and set an appointment. Block off the afternoon.
I don't think you understand just how much we have.
Well, normally it doesn't take that long to sell the, go through the selling of items.
The
You don't
entire countertop
understand.
is covered.
Yeah.
Sir, we have slaughtered our way through multiple dragon nests. Okay, so just as a heads up, the total for Orator's swag bag was in excess of 15,000 gold, so
Wow.
that was from back then, so we're still going.
So, the
We're
boat,
rocking and rolling.
didn't we all decide on a boat, like, session 1?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Scott at one point said that we were buying a boat.
Yeah, but that was Arun. He's dead now.
He's dead
That's
to us.
accurate.
Okay, so Havoc, I've got 2 scrolls, a potion, a wand, a +1 scimitar, and some fucking pipes.
All right. So, which potion was it?
Potion, or no, sorry, oil of slipperiness.
Oil of slipperiness. All right. Go ahead and give me a D100
Boy.
and just save that roll to do it multiple times.
Okay.
All right, 1 second. Close that other tab that we talked about. Okay, pull up my other rule book here. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, shit. That one. Okay, you got a 25. All right, so you will get 200 gold for the potion.
Great. All right, 2 scrolls. One for Everard's Black Tentacles and one for Fire Shield. It's a level 4 and a level 5 spell.
God. Okay, scroll. So let's see, level 4 and a level 5. Okay, at least there's that. So give me 2 more D100s.
So much stuff to get rid of.
All right. The first scroll you will get 2,000 gold for.
What the fuck?
The second you will get 3,500 gold for.
Just so everyone knows, none of us could ever use those scrolls.
Well, I
Right.
use those scrolls.
It's not a sorcerer spell.
It's a wizard spell.
Oh.
Yeah, like none of us could ever cast them ever. Okay, Wand of Wonder.
Wand of Wonder. I already remember what that is. All right, one more D100.
Yeah.
All right. So you will get another. You'll get 2,000 gold for that, and the reasoning behind it is the guy who's buying it is like, this is a very chaotic thing. I might be able to find a buyer, but it's going to be difficult.
I'm imagining the transaction being like, so what does it do? It does all sorts of different magic. Can you show me? No. I'm like,
everyone
2,000?
around-
Great. Shut up and take the wand.
Take it. Shut up and give me money.
+1 scimitar. That's probably like.
That should be a Gino at least, right?
I think +1 weapons are like, yeah, like a straight grand, I think, normally.
Shit. Where's.
We might be thinking of 3.5, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure we are.
So the
Well, I'm sure I
15,000
am.
wasn't even including my bag yet?
What was that?
The
Yeah, no, not
15,000
yet.
wasn't including my bag yet?
It was including the stones. I did have those recorded.
Oh, go back a page. Get too far. Too many clicks. Fine. You'll get 500 for it.
Cool. Pipes of Haunting.
That up. That is another uncommon wonder item. Okay. D100.
Welcome to D&D Shopping, the shopping channel here.
Okay. You will get 1,000 gold for that.
So much stuff that we haven't taken care of in forever. Kind of nice to get some extra gold.
Okay, and the silver-plated steel longsword with jet set, obsidian statue of a mermaid. Yeah, the 2 fancy things Mr. Pebbles was wearing.
I feel like those were just random treasure. So give me 2 more D100s because I don't know what they were worth. 2 and 4.
The statuette has been thoroughly battered by Mr. Pebbles.
You were able to get 250 gold pieces for each of those.
Perfect. Wait, a piece or total?
A piece. So
Okay.
500 total.
Okay, and as I finish my CVS receipt of tallying things, the grand total is 31,472 2 gold, which divided 5 ways. Everyone can go ahead and pocket 6,350 gold.
I
So
would like to retire having.
Stone Skull takes that to the bank and exchanges it for 600 platinum. And how much was the remainder gold? 6,000 what?
it was actually no remainder. I'm gonna like give away 5 of my own gold just to make that an even number.
Okay.
It's 1,000 per platinum, right?
100
Yeah.
per platinum.
6,350.
Wait, 100 per platinum. It's 10
No,
per
10,
platinum.
10 per platinum, sorry. Yeah. So,
Wait,
Mhm.
it's 10 gold per platinum.
Yep.
Yeah, so it'd be 635 platinum.
No, I'm
I
trying to add
have-
up all of my money.
Oh,
I
okay.
have things I'm gonna start looking for. I got a list.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Like I'm also gonna go with people.
All right. So, as Ignalia
Stone
returns
Skull
to the
has
group,
so much
you all
stuff
stopping by Erengel's shop to inquire about this armor to make for the bear. You all meet up, and you find yourselves kind of towards dusk at this point. Most of the shops, unfortunately, are closing down, but you're able to make it to the money changers, switching out your money to a more manageable currency.
They try to close the door, and we just stick our bags of gold in the way.
No, you need to take this and give me other stuff. So you're able to change all that over. And then you find yourself either heading into the town to either head back to the palace or bars or wherever you might go. But we'll return on that note next session, as this is where we're going to end this session for the evening.
All right.
I have 1,000 platinum pieces. Can I buy the town?
Yeah, I'm sitting pretty at 1,200. Oh, plus 500 gold.
I would advise on keeping like gold and silver pieces in hand too, just in case.
Mhm.
Oh no, I have 83 gold pieces as well, and 3,481 silver pieces. I should probably change that out.
Order a fucking drink at the yawning portal. All right, 2 silver pieces or copper pieces. Do you take platinum? Can you break this for me? All right, so I'll plan for a shopping session next session. Apparently,
Gonna
That's
need a
that's when you set a
montage.
platinum piece down and you're like, I drink forever here. And just they're like, yeah,
Yeah, like-
you done.
start a
anyone-
tab.
Does anyone want to go to the yawning portal and actually like bet on people?
I love that if you Google D&D exchange rates, it pops up on one of those little search boxes,
Mm-hmm.
like it's an equation.
Yep, and it tells you exactly how to do it because there's a bunch of fucking nerds on the internet that have asked this too many times. All right, so yeah, that'll conclude the session. You leveled up. You finished the mini module.
You better get a picture for my surprise.
Oh, it's already in the works.
All right.
You need to wait. You need to whisper who this prize is for.
It's for me. What are you talking about?
Oh, for you? Okay, I wasn't sure if you were giving it to someone else.
There
or
we
not.
go.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll be
there's
right
only
back.
one other person.
Tara painstakingly
All right.
runs her hands over every piece of money she owns. How many
Okay.
houses can I buy?
I think at least 10.
A house? A house can't be more than
All
like
right,
30
we're gonna
or
end the
40
stream.
gold.
All right. So, thank you for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. Pretty dangerous and kind of scary at the end there with the dragon, but we were able to take it down with relative ease. But that is where we're going to end our session. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow with our Storm King's Thunder playthrough Amongst the Giants. So be sure to tune in for that 7:30 Eastern, where I will be your DM. And then we have a lot of really good friends who will be here to come and play the game with us. So tune in for that. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's where we will leave things off. We're going to let's see. Yeah, we'll go say hi to Avantis here. Go over, say hi to them. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern. Have a good night. See you soon.